after a compelling opener, we move on to Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals here on EA Sports. We are at Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Tonight, it's the LA Lakers taking on the Denver Nuggets. Along with Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Lakers coming in. They were... The opening tip won by the Lakers as we get started here at Staples Center. To James. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Jokic. Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
Every NBA player has a superpower. His, obviously, is that depth perception, because that trajectory leads the ball to the net every time.
Jokic. Down low for Harris. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
The free throw is good. It's back to a one-point game. LeBron James with the rock. And finishes strong.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Murray into the front court. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen. Beyond the arc for three. Not getting the bounce. Murray into the front court. They're down three. Miles Bridges slams it down. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
And counted at the rim.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Murray with it. Down three. To Jokic. Denver with 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
It's James controlling the offense. Here comes the screen. James. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
LeBron James trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 73%. Murray with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Jokic. To Davis. The monster stuff. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Anthony Davis pins it. Los Angeles, they have it. Going to launch beyond the arc. Tough shot. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To James. Oh, Bridges up to block the shot. And that one out of bounds off a Nugget. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. To James. LeBron James. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
To Miles Bridges. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
LBJ with it. Here comes the screen. There's the toss. Oh, pass stolen by the Nuggets. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
To James. LeBron James. 3 for 4. Good start.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
It's a turnover as they head the other way. It's Denver's ball. Down low, Jokic. And he'll go to the foul line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Nikola Jokic at the line for 2 shots. A career 83% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Here comes the screen. To Davis. Slams it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Lets it fly from long range. That one off the mark. It's no good. To Jokic. He gets it.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
LeBron into the front court. Up by 3. To Davis. Down low. Anthony Davis. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Old school equals high percentage.
Nuggets with the basketball. Here comes the screen. The pass taken away by the Lakers. And he finishes at the rim.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Harris, guarded by Cook. To Millsap. scores from the post.
There's nothing the defense could really have done there. That's just a great shot.
LeBron with it up top. Leads 5. Shot clock winding down. And he powers it home. 2 more points for Anthony Davis.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Miles Bridges. And they call it.
A simple touch foul.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Jokic to Will Barton. Shot clock to 4 for the Nuggets. Has a look. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
The okie doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Lakers at the controls right now to Kyle Kuzma. Nikola Jokic with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
To Davis. Defense making the ball handler work. Nikola Jokic able to recover with the block.
That kid can block.
Stuffs it down with authority. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Look out. Anthony Davis with the slam.
Brow down, Ed, when you come into my town.
Wow, you rhyming right there?
Obviously.
Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. And he drains it.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Davis. From long range. And he's fouled. Davis going to the line for 2.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
First one, count it. Knocks down the second free throw. And he hits all 3 free throws. Denver ball right now. Barton to Millsap. Takes stock of the floor. Curling inside. Anthony Davis swats it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Here's a chance from long range. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
To Will Barton. Slam dunk Will Barton. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Has a chance. Not that time. Barton into the front court. They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry. DeMarcus Cousins, huge block. This will get out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Barton. JaVale McGee rejects it.
That's why a rim protector. Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Here comes the screen. 19-footer at the buzzer. We've reached the end of the first quarter here in game number 2. Jay and I are back after this. It's the Western Conference Finals on On to the second quarter. Jay, I don't know. To Danny Green. Davis. Pass there, taken away by Denver. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Anthony Davis. Couple of free throws on the way. Hasn't missed yet. First free throw is good. And he makes them both. Murray into the front court. 9-point margin. Jokic. Jamal Murray. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
To Davis. Out.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Here we go. I got him.
Rondo. And knocks it down. And Jay, the system produces once again.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Jokic. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
4-3. Off the iron. No good. Got it to go on the step back. Jay, he found a way.
What was once a tight space is no longer. There is absolutely no way the defender can recover after that move.
Short jumper won't go down.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Baseline drive. It's a big finish.
Hey, look, this is a new wave. If a young cat catches you sleeping on the wrong night, it's definitely going to get 1 million+ views the next day.
Jokic. Anthony Davis sends it away. That's his third block this evening.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Denver's got it. And the nice finish at the rim.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
I'm here. I got ball. Oh, yeah. Me and you.
The drive, right to the basket. Lays it up and in.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Time to shuffle things up. Fundamental shot right there.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Los Angeles has the basketball. Baseline drive. Murray into the front court. They trail by 1. And they call it.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Jokic. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
To Davis. Got to the rim but couldn't finish. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Miles Bridges at the line. Knocks down the first. Two for 2 on that trip.
Let's go, fellas. It's go time.
Martin up against Cook. Great feed. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Another follow. No good. To Kyle Kuzma. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
And a lot of passers usually have their head on the swivel, but ultimately, either you have a feel for the game or you don't.
Trying to cash in. Martin's shot, no good.
Here's the beautiful thing about having a bad game. As long as it says W in the win column after the game is over, then nothing else really matters. You've done your job.
And stuffs it home.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Lakers ball.
Hey, watch this screen look. Y'all get this. Run.
Sizing up the defense. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out.
Defense. Defense, let's go.
Millsap to Jokic. Off the mark. Not a high percentage shot.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you on the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
The follow won't go either.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Los Angeles, they have it. To Cousins. Offensive rebound, DeMarcus Cousins. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make. 6'11", 270. That's a massive man. You can make a case there's nobody like him.
There isn't anybody like him in the NBA. He is an absolute bully on the block. Can burrow his way through traffic, make it easy, and also possesses that sweet shooting touch from the outside.
Cook to bring it into the front court. His guys trail by 10. Screen coming to Kyle Kuzma. Just off the mark.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Nikola Jokic in a matchup with Boogie. To Miles Bridges. 5 seconds to shoot. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
Miles Bridges slams it down.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Here comes the screen. To Cousins. Oh, pass stolen by the Nuggets.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
To Jokic. Barton. They go to Jokic. Down low. To Will Barton. For 3. Buries it. On the catch and shoot.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense. You can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Can't connect from inside. And a throwdown.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
To Kyle Kuzma. Nikola Jokic. Tips it. Nuggets have the possession.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
And that one out of bounds off a Nugget. To Cousins. Flushes it home.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Has a look. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Oh, he buckled his knees so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
Barton into the front court. The lead is 15. Down low, Jokic. Nice pass to get things going.
And while the ball was still in his hands, a sidestep throws a defender off. People aren't used to seeing that type of footwork.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
Woo! This rookie is a high flyer. He brings that kind of pro-am vibe to the NBA, and it's fun to watch.
Barton into the front court. His guys up by 15. to Jokic. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim, short. To Kyle Kuzma. DeMarcus Cousins. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game, and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Jokic to Millsap. Count the basket inside.
He's so good down low. This four-time All-Star really does a good job of utilizing that body to muscle through contact and finish with the best of them.
To Cousins. And count the basket inside.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Nuggets have the possession. He was all over him. Missed the shot, no free throws. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Knocked loose. Picked up by the Nuggets. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Look, I get it. Being down sucks. But you can't just start haphazardly playing defense and committing silly fouls. Play this game with purpose.
First one goes down. Able to convert on both. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. And finishes strong.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
LeBron James with a piece.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Rajon Rondo at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He wants this number up, 60% career free throw shooter. Murray to the basket, but it won't go. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Jamal Murray has got 2 shots coming for his career, 89%. And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. To Bradley. Avery Bradley, very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
And I'll never forget one of my first games playing as a rookie with the Bulls. I talked to Steve Nash, and Steve Nash always used to tell me, the more you come out and you get your teammates involved, the easier it will be.
Knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
Ed, I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
JaVale McGee sends it away.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Martin into the front court. The lead is 11. Down the lane to lay it in.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Will Barton. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? you'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
On the follow, way to stay with it.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
To Will Barton. Millsap to Will Barton. They get it down to Millsap. JaVale McGee snatching it out of the air.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on a defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
And he can't convert the free throw. It's Denver's ball. James, pass there, taken away by Denver. To Millsap. Cleans the offensive glass. LeBron James pins it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
He wants it at the rim and scores.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Across the timeline comes James. The deficit now up to 13. The pass set it all up.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
To Millsap. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Rondo with the basketball. His guys currently down by 13. Fires the 3. Not that time. He misses. Nuggets with the basketball. To Will Barton. Probing the defense. Millsap. JaVale McGee with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
JaVale McGee. Oh, pass stolen by the Nuggets. Slam dunk. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is, though.
Me neither. Free throw, good. He's able to polish off the three-point play. Murray with it. It's an 11-point game. To Will Barton. And count the basket.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
JaVale McGee to James. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
To Millsap. Barton. And he knocks it down. Jay, as key a move as you'll find in the NBA.
And it is the new age triple threat. It does two things. Number one, it creates distance in a hurry. Number 2, when you're stepping east to west while maintaining your dribble, which is the difference maker, it throws a defender off because now he's at your mercy and he's off balance.
And it just may be, Jay, the biggest threat late in the shot clock.
Especially if you add a hesitation to the move, or if you look at the rim, you'll most time have the defender jumping out of the shoes.
We wish defenders all the best in this game defending that. To Millsap. Barton. To Millsap. LeBron James able to recover with the block. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by LeBron James.
I'll say this, great young talent, but needs to really start making better decisions and protecting the ball.
Jamal Murray. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
From the outside, no good. Short jumper misses. Murray with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. It's the Nuggets who come away victorious. They've taken the upper hand in this best-of-7 series, a 2-games-to-none lead. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
The Nuggets got the win in a nail-biter.
They did an incredible job with the 3-ball, getting plenty of points from long range. As a squad, they were able to take advantage of a perimeter defense that couldn't lock them down.
The Nuggets can point to these guys for their scoring output. The Lakers are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. No one can say they lost because of lack of effort. The way they attacked the offensive boards deserves some credit for sure. The Lakers relied on these guys for their scoring here today.
Game track. Field goals.
From an offensive standpoint, this was a quality game. The same can't be said for the defense. But still, it turned out to be an entertaining matchup.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.